Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching SAMAA News. Here are today's headlines. US President Donald Trump has received a royal welcome in Japan, the latest leg of a 5-day Asia trip, which he hopes to cap with an agreement on a trade war truce with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Trump announced a flurry of deals on trade and critical minerals with 4 Southeast Asian nations during the first stop in Malaysia, and is set to meet Xi in South Korea on Thursday. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said that the United States sees a strong opportunity to expand its strategic partnership with Pakistan, emphasizing that this cooperation will not come at the expense of Washington's relationship with India. Rubio says the US is willing to work with Pakistan on shared interests and areas of mutual benefit. He says that while India may have historical concerns due to its disputes with Pakistan, Washington's approach is guided by pragmatism and common goals. China presses for stronger economic ties and more open trade at a regional summit in Malaysia dominated by the shadow of steep US tariffs, after proceedings attended by President Donald Trump. In a flurry of deal-making on his first stop during a 5-day tour of Asia, Trump oversaw the signing of an expanded ceasefire pact between Cambodia and Thailand and 4 regional trade deals. None of those framework deals reduced steep US tariffs on Cambodia, Malaysia, Thailand and Vietnam, the White House said, though they left room for some exemptions. Argentine President Javier Milei's party has cruised to victory in midterm legislative elections as voters handed him a mandate to keep pushing through his radical overhaul of the economy, despite widespread discontent with his deep austerity measures. A relief to Milei, whose poll numbers had sagged in recent weeks. The results are also likely to please US President Donald Trump, whose administration had faced criticism after providing Argentina with a hefty financial bailout. US President Donald Trump has ruled out running for the vice presidency in the 2028 US election, an approach some of his supporters have floated to allow the Republican president to serve an additional term in office. The remarks were Trump's latest on the subject, which he has teased in public remarks, and with Trump 2028 hats he hands out at the White House. No one may be elected to the US presidency a third time, according to the 22nd Amendment of the US Constitution. Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has said that US President Donald Trump guaranteed that the two countries will reach a deal on trade during a recent meeting between the two leaders. Lula said at a briefing on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit in Malaysia that his discussions with Trump had gone well and that an agreement would be reached faster than anyone thinks. Trump says he had a good meeting with Lula, who he described as a very vigorous guy, but was uncertain about the prospects for a deal. US President Donald Trump has said that Russian President Vladimir Putin should end the war in Ukraine instead of testing a nuclear-powered missile, and that the United States had a nuclear submarine positioned off Russia's coast. Putin said on Sunday that Russia successfully tested its nuclear-powered cruise missile, a nuclear-capable weapon Moscow says can pierce any defense shield, and will move towards deploying the weapon. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching SAMAA News.